A beautiful 18-year-old college girl has drawn the role of the eldest daughter, Liesel, in the new 20th Century Fox production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Sound of Music, which stars Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. And it is lovely Liesel, in the person of Charmian Carr, who is our special interview guest here now. Welcome, Charmian.
Thank you.
To have drawn the role of Liesel in The Sound of Music as your very first Hollywood acting assignment is an enviable accomplishment. How did it all happen, Charmian?
I was going to college part-time and working as a medical assistant part-time, and I was also modeling on the weekends because I'd always wanted to go to Europe, and I thought that if I went to school part-time and worked part-time, I could earn enough money and then spend some time in Europe. So a friend of our family had heard, I suppose through the grapevine, that Mr. Wise had been looking for several months for a girl to play Liesel. So she sent one of my modeling photographs into him, and he called me in, and he had me sing and dance, and he had me read from the script of Sound of Music, and then he signed me.
How did you feel when that happened? What was your immediate reaction?
Well, I was thrilled, of course, but it was still so unbelievable that it didn't dawn on me. And when I started the picture, I was chosen after everyone else was, and I was so busy with learning the choreography and learning the songs and the dialogue that I never really had time to think of really what had happened. And I think it was about 4 or 5 months later that it was like an awakening, my goodness, what has happened. And then ever since then, things have been just happening one right after another, and it's been so exciting.
In your case, I understand, you really hadn't planned on being an actress at all. The fact that you got this wonderful part in The Sound of Music then must have made it all the more exciting.
It really was. I know girls have dreamed about it and dreamed of becoming a movie star. I suppose I did when I was little too, but I never thought one day I would be. And my goal was just going to Europe, which I went to on Sound of Music. We went to Austria to do the locations on it.
You know, you have a lovely name, Charmian. Is it your real name?
Yes, uh-huh. My mother, when she was pregnant, decided to name me Charmian because while she was in college, she'd read a lot of Shakespeare, and Charmian was Cleopatra's maidservant in the play Antony and Cleopatra, and she thought it was such a beautiful name that she wanted to name her daughter Charmian, and that's how I have my name.
Now, before you got the role of Liesel in The Sound of Music, you had to undergo a screen test. What was that like? Can you tell us, how it felt?
Oh, I sure can. I was a little nervous, but not really too nervous because everything was new to me, and I'd never even been inside a studio lot before, besides having my first screen test. And so I was so interested in what was going on that, I didn't really have too much time to think of, well, am I going to do all right or not, because everything was so interesting to me. But I did the love scene that I do in the movie for the screen test, and then another scene that I do with Julie.
And did you enjoy making the screen test?
Yes, I did. I really did. I enjoyed making the movie. I thought it was wonderful. I learned so many new and interesting things.
Did you have an opportunity to look around Europe while you were over there filming?
Not too much, I'm sorry to say. We were so busy. And I did get to go to Vienna for 2 days, and I went to Munich for a day. But the rest of the time, we were working so hard that I spent it, in Salzburg and various parts where we were on location in and around Salzburg.
Do you have any brothers or sisters, Charmian?
I have 2 sisters, one older and one younger.
Are they as beautiful as you are?
Well, thank you. They're awfully pretty, I think.
Would you tell us who some of the other people are in this picture, Charmian?
Julie Andrews is our star, and Christopher Plummer co-stars, and then Richard Haydn and Eleanor Parker and Peggy Wood are in it, and they're all wonderful, I think.
Did you have the opportunity to meet Richard Rodgers by any chance?
Yes, when I saw the first hour and 15 minutes, I saw it with Mr. and Mrs. Rodgers, and they are both wonderful people, and were very nice to me.
Charmian, what do your parents think of your being a movie actress? Do they approve?
They're very happy about it, and of course they're all hoping that I won't change as of everyone is, and they hope I don't become too sophisticated and things like that, which I don't think I will.
Sounds like the Carrs have a very level-headed daughter, in addition to being beautiful and talented. Charmian Carr, we're eagerly looking forward to seeing you as Liesl in the new 20th Century Fox production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Sound of Music. Thank you for joining us. May we wish you the best of luck in your new career.
Thank you.
This is Dick Strout reporting from Hollywood, returning you to our main studios.